Hello, hello. Welcome to Juicy Talk. Hello. Hello. How are you?
What's going on?
On this wonderful Thursday
Yes.
evening.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good. What's happening?
I'm doing great.
You was on a little vacation?
I was.
How would you enjoy that?
Ooh. It was nice. I had a wonderful time. I had an amazing time. As y'all can see, I'm all cocoa, bohemian, glowing. It was very refreshing.
Try to get dark like me?
Trying to get my chocolate on, letting my melanin pour out.
I know, right?
Yes. What's up, Delta Roots in the building?
It's in the building.
We have Alinda in the building. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everyone that is joining us tonight. We have a really interesting and great conversation. And we have some great people that are going to come on and talk about their experiences. So, as you very well know, we are talking about...
Oh, man.
If you have not already, go and subscribe, like to Juicy Talk. Please like it. If you're on Facebook, like, send thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. Tell a friend.
We're here every Thursday, 8 o'clock.
Send it over to a friend.
Send over to a friend.
So they can be a part of this show, because this is a really, really good one. And we are talking about vasectomies. Vasectomies. So, very interesting conversation. So, we're going to talk about how this kind of came about. Lately, all over social media, I've been seeing where men have been very vocal about their reproductive rights, and feeling like it's all, if you get a woman pregnant, it's her decision. They feel like they don't have any control over whether or not they have kids. And so I wanted to do this show because they do. And I want to it is a way that you can control whether or not you have kids. And I think it's something that people don't even think about. It's not even a conversation that we really have in our community that often. Right. And I've heard a lot of people, when they talk about vasectomies and things like that, they instantly like, oh no, I never do that. So I definitely wanted to have some people come on and just discuss their experiences with having a vasectomy. Because in the African American community, it is really kind of taboo. But before I bring in our special guest, Anthony, and we also have Gary, if he can get through via phone, he'll call in. But before I bring about our special guest, I first want to play this video clip so you can kind of get an idea of where this came from. All right.
Ever wondered how a vasectomy works? Here's how it's done. During the procedure, the area is numbed with a local anesthetic, so you'll be awake but won't feel pain. A small cut is made in the scrotum, or a no-scalpel ring clamp is used, and the vas deferens, tubes that carry sperm from the testicles to the urethra, are cut and sealed with clips or tied off. The tubes are then placed back, and the incision is closed. Recovery is usually fast, with minimal scarring. After the procedure, rest for a few minutes at the doctor's office, avoid heavy lifting and physical activities for a few days. A vasectomy is a safe and effective way to prevent pregnancy without affecting your enjoyment.
All right.
That was pretty deep.
Yeah. So that is when I was doing this. One of the things is I'm going to talk about it, but I'm going to have Anthony come on because I really want to discuss this with him, and I want him to kind of give his. Hi, Frida. I want him to really come on. Hi, how you doing, Anthony?
Good. How you all doing?
We're doing great. Thank you for joining us on Juicy Talk today. We really
My pleasure.
And so I'm just going to get straight into it. My first question I have for you is how did you decide to get a vasectomy?
Well, I was married, or I got married, and my wife had a daughter by a previous relationship, and then we decided to have kids of our own. So we had an additional son and daughter, and after that, we felt, well, three is enough. So we made the decision that one of us needs to get taken care of. And I guess I drew the lucky straw. Okay. Because I guess it's a little simpler for men to do it than women to do it. So that's what led me to go ahead and get the vasectomy done.
When I was doing my research on this subject, one of the things that really stood out to me personally is how simple it is for a man to get a vasectomy. It's like a very short procedure. And later in the show, we'll watch another clip of someone who's going through the whole entire process of getting that. But it was how easy and simple. It's like how long was your procedure?
Well, you got to remember, I'm going back 37 years when I had it done.
Wow.
At that time, like you said, it was done as an outpatient. I didn't even have to go to a hospital. It was done as an outpatient. From the time I got there and they administered the dull the senses and so forth, the anesthesia, whatever you want to call it, I think the whole process probably took maybe about 20, 25 minutes, something like that. And it was very, like they said, there was no pain. It was in and out. And, I didn't even have to really rest up. I could just go right on home after it.
Wow. And so I don't know if you know, but like when a woman has like her tubes tied, it's she has to go into the hospital. She has to be numb. Back in the day, I think they used to like put them to sleep. They used to put them to sleep, but they used to like numb and even myself when I got a different type of procedure when I decided I didn't want to have any more kids. And it was not the same type of procedure. Like, so they actually have to put you to sleep or numb you from the waist down. You have to go actually into a surgical room. They have to actually make incisions in your body because, all of a woman's organs are internal. And I think that I just was, and this could be like an hour long, 45 to an hour long procedure where for a vasectomy, it's like 10 or 15 minutes.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, it was very quick. Like you say, there was no pain. There was no pain afterwards. Once the anesthesia wore off, there was no pain afterwards. And at that time, I think it was like you had to go I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks, something like that, without any sexual activity. And then after that, you're right back to normal.
So I guess the question is maybe like, as far as urinating stuff like that, was any issues with that or any issues?
No,
No
no
blood,
problems whatsoever.
blood in the urine or anything like that? Okay.
No, everything worked as normal. They just didn't want you to have any sexual activity during a certain period of time.
Wow.
Now, how did your wife feel about that the decision that you made?
She felt good about it. I mean, it was something that we talked about. Okay. And like I say, after three kids, it was like, yes, I think we're probably ready and that should do it for us. So at that time, she was okay with it. She was fine with it.
So, one of the things for me that I think is like, I think that it's such a good thing. I mean, I really do. The producer over here laughing at me, but I really think it's a good thing for a man to get a vasectomy. And I only say because it's so much more simple for a man than it is for a woman. And so, I think that it's the stigma that's around it where a lot of men feel like, well, they're being castrated. Can you kind of talk about that? Like you said, it was 30 years ago. So 30 years ago, it really was not a common procedure.
Right. You're absolutely correct because I know some people now who, we talked about vasectomies and so forth, and they're afraid as far as whether it's going to be painful, whether they're going to be able to perform as normal afterwards, that sort of thing. So the stigma is, first pain, whether I'm going to be in pain or not. And then the second thing is whether I'll be able to perform like I was before. And like I say, it's a simple procedure. There's no pain. Well, there was no pain involved at that time. And you can proceed as normal after the period that they gave you not to do anything. Everything works just like normal.
So
Just your swimmer's not swimming.
Exactly. Exactly.
that's my line. So the other thing with that was there a large mark? Did you notice a large mark after the surgery?
No,
Oh,
no, couldn't even tell. And I'm sure now, like I said, that was 37 years ago. I'm sure now it's even more, it's probably better, easier, probably a simple procedure, easier procedure, I should say, nowadays than it was back when I had it.
Cindy Ray said, "Fun without the worry." I
fun without the worry. Huh?
Fun without the worry, because
Exactly.
a lot of times I think, like women, we try different methods. Like I know I can speak for myself. When I was younger, like birth control made me crazy. I mean, like literally, it made me nuts. Made my
Not
hormones.
nuts. Use your words, please.
You're
We
so
may have kids
crazy.
here.
So it just, I was insane, emotional, like just all over the place. And it caused me to break out. It caused women to gain weight. Some people, it can even cause some disorders. What is it? PCSO. It's kind of like this hormone disorder where their body stops making hormones. It could
Wow.
cause them to be infertile. So it's like a lot of different problems that it can cause. Yeah, definitely gain weight, and then it's not even foolproof, because if you get on antibiotics or something like that and it's a reaction to it, it can make you can even get pregnant, unexpectedly. So it's just like all of these different stigmas for women, like all of these different things that women go through. And like we know that a lot of people, especially when you marry and you're in a committed relationship, nobody wants to use condoms, which is an option. And like
They still
even
bust though.
they still can bust, so
Yeah.
it's still not 100% effective if it's not used correctly. It's all kind of other problems that can
Can you
go
put a
with that
condom on
too.
backwards?
I don't know if you could put it on backwards, but I know you can definitely. He's so crazy.
Okay.
Hey, you know who not using them, don't
Oh!
we? Nope. No, I'm just kidding. Look.
Starting already. We only 20 minutes into the show already.
Hey, you set yourself up for that one.
I know, right? My bad.
Yeah, but it's just so many different things that are involved with it. So I just really feel like it's a very, you know, it's just a decision that is not selfish. Let me put it like it's a very beautiful thing to give that gift to your woman.
Nice, nice. So, Anthony, so how would you would you recommend this to men or just how would you like?
I would talk to, like you say, especially younger men who, they're going to be sexually active and so forth. It's like the only way to prevent pregnancy, okay, is with a condom, like you said, but that's not 100%, or vasectomy. Now, vasectomy has, the doctor even told me when I had it that it's a very, very, very small chance that, you could get pregnant with it. I mean, I think it was like 1% or something like that. So nothing is foolproof other than abstinence, but I would take a vasectomy over a condom, or like you say, having a woman go through her birth control process as far as pills or whatever device they want to use. The vasectomy would be the easiest and more foolproof than any of those things. So that's what I would try and talk to young men about, especially if they don't want any unplanned pregnancies.
Is that I don't know if there's like I don't want to get into your business. Is that an expensive surgery, you think, or is that like is
Now, I'm
that
gonna be honest about it. Back when I had it done, my insurance covered it. I didn't have to pay anything.
okay? Got it.
Okay, so I don't know what it's like today, but I had Blue Cross back then, and I didn't have to pay anything.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I don't know how much it would cost.
Um, I was asking for somebody else.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me ask you this. When it comes to what is your opinion when it like so this somebody asked in the chat, I want to say really quick. Is this procedure reversible?
Yes, it is for good question. It is reversible, but
What?
they'll tell you that it's more complicated then. To have it done is simple, to have it undone is more complicated. So yes, it is reversible.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's going to be more like I say, I'm going back 37 years. It would be more than an outpatient procedure to have it undone.
Got to realign some things, huh?
I guess realign, reconnect. Yep.
Yep.
Definitely reconnect.
Right.
Right, exactly. So
So,
yes, it is reversible.
so what is your opinion? You know, a lot of so let me ask you this. When I was looking online and different things like this and talking, when you meet a woman, right? Are you still married?
No, no, I've been divorced for quite a while.
Okay. So you're single now. Do
Hmm.
you tell women that you've had a vasectomy?
Ooh, good question.
You know, when I was younger, I would that's a good question. I'm trying to think. I don't think it ever came up unless they were concerned as far as, do we use protection or whatever? Because most people at that time were more concerned about pregnancies than diseases.
Mm.
So if it came up, do you want to protect yourself? Then I would say, hey, yes, I've had the vasectomy. So if you're worried about pregnancy, we don't have that worry. But that's not a common question that comes up.
So
So
you don't even have it. You don't because I know a lot of men say they don't tell the women because that's their way of knowing if she's honest.
mm.
Hmm.
He said that like,
So,
Hmm.
I
hey,
mean,
no, you ain't. It is. It ain't mine.
so
Unless they're that 1%. I mean, they would really have to check into it because, like I say, unless they're that 1%, they could have something.
so if you don't have to answer this question, but again, I'm asking for a friend.
Okay.
All right.
A friend
So
named Hardy.
whatever,
Right?
whatever. So like, does that how is your sperm count lower or does it change? Did it change any like your sperm count when you like you know
Are you saying like is his libido?
no it's libido when he I don't want again
Ejaculate.
right is
Is
it
it
Okay.
lower
Um, is it like I think you're asking, if I'm correct, you're probably asking, can you tell the difference
yeah
before and after?
yes thank you
I could not.
oh good
I could not.
okay
everything is the same except for the swimmers ain't swimming.
Right, exactly.
thanks
They
okay
stand in the kiddie pool,
okay
the non-kiddie pool.
that's all right.
So now
Yeah.
you could tell your friend to go ahead and get it done, DJ.
You got jokes. First time on the show, cracking jokes.
Right.
This is a really good guy right here. Anthony's a really good guy, and we really appreciate you kind of little transparency today, and
Yeah.
coming on the show. When I
My pleasure.
asked Anthony this a couple weeks ago, and he said he thought about it. He's like, I can't do it. Remember that we had that conversation,
I do.
and he said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. So I want to thank him personally for coming on the show and kind of being a little transparent. We also have Gary coming that's going to call in and ask him a couple questions. But I just want to thank you so much for sharing your experience of what you did and just being, I don't know, say vulnerable, but just kind of help me out asking that question too. So
Yeah, so he can make a wise decision
so
for
I can tell my
himself.
friend he ain't got to
Yeah. Wink, wink.
Right.
call me later. No, just
Yeah.
kidding.
So now I just want to ask you this question, just about, we live in a society today where a lot of men complain and say that, she trapped me with a baby and she made me have this kid. I told her I ain't want no kids, or these different scenarios that come up, and you see them all over Facebook. And a lot of men saying that they don't feel control over their reproductive rights. What is your opinion on that?
Mm.
Do you feel like that's a sellout move or just an excuse? Or do you?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
So, a lot of times when it comes to men and having children, it's
Mhm.
always like it's the woman, it's all on the woman. It's her decision. A lot of men feel like they don't have any say so when it comes to their reproductive rights, like whether or not they choose to have children or not.
If I'm understanding you correctly, you're talking about once the woman is pregnant, correct?
No, I'm talking about you meet a person, you stating you don't want to have children. It's not something, and like men feeling like they don't have a choice. Like they're always playing Russian roulette with their lives to a certain extent. Do you feel like getting a vasectomy or is a way for men to really take control of their life and whether or not they really want to have children?
I would answer yes. That is a way because, like we said earlier, if you're a young person, you decide, okay, I don't want to have children at this point, okay, but I'm afraid to use a condom or, trust a woman to do the right thing because you never know. The vasectomy would be the way to go because, like we stated earlier, it is reversible. So, say you're 20 years old, you don't want to have any children, you let the woman know that, you all get married somewhere down the road, and then you both decide you do want to have children. The man can go in and have it undone. Okay. So then he has control of his rights.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
not actually,
Thanks.
so really what you're saying is actually getting a vasectomy, it doesn't stop your sperm from actually working. What it's doing is it's stopping it from going, the sperm from actually entering into um, the semen to go make kids, basically.
Right.
Okay.
Everything is still normal except the part where, like you say, it makes the babies.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then you can always go back and reverse it. I think that that's really, really good information. Like that you can go get it reversed, but
Hmm.
it's a way for you to definitely take control over whether or not you have children. So I don't want to hear no more excuses out there about she got pregnant and she trapped me. No, you trapped yourself because you have the right and the ability to make decisions for yourself that's best for you and not have children if you don't want them. You can actually get a vasectomy and take control over whether or not you have children.
Well, you can take that. What's that pill called? One a day. What's that? 1 day
The
pill?
morning after.
Morning after pill too,
That's
right?
up to the woman because if she decides she don't want to take it and sometimes it don't work,
Oh, sometimes
she
you
could
want
take the
you
morning after
you
pill
put it
and
right
the
by the
baby
bed.
still,
Put it by the bed.
huh?
Put it by the bed.
She could take the morning after pill, but it doesn't have to necessarily work.
I'm
I
just
know it doesn't necessarily. I mean, because it's a lot of people that use the morning after pill as a form of birth
birth control.
control, but
Absolutely.
the truth of the matter is, it doesn't always work.
Mm.
So you can have a whole child.
That's what I'm saying. Keep it by the bed. So you don't have no problem. Pop that bad boy right
Look
there.
at Hardy.
Watch
Look
her.
at
Watch her
Delta Root.
pop.
But guess what?
Watch her
Even
pop it.
do you know what it can do to a woman's body?
I have no
Like
idea.
and how it can affect
A
her
producer want to say something?
hormonally.
You want to say something, producer? Okay. Oh, welcome back, producer. We missed you last week. Welcome back. Our condolences to your family as well.
It does work, but it has to be within the 24 hours. We
Okay.
talking about y'all today. Y'all get snipped.
Snip, snip. I don't know about that,
So
buddy.
I have to ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
Do you have any regrets when it comes to having a vasectomy?
Not A1.
Not A1.
Not A1.
Y'all hear that? Not one.
Not one.
Yeah. I know that when I was married and I, my ex-husband and I had our last child, I asked him to get a vasectomy. And I gave him all these pros about it. I'm like, this is why you should get it. This is like gonna be amazing.
Man.
Like it's so easy. Guess what? You get to have all the fun we ain't gotta worry about nothing. And he was like, hell to the no. He was so I went on for like months asking him, what if you I was like trying to bargain with him about it, but he was absolutely not having it. And as I was even talking to some of the men that I know about it, like, what do you think about this? And they were like, I ain't never doing that. Nope. That's not. And I think somebody even in the chat said they felt like it wasn't natural. I'm never getting a vasectomy. It's not natural. So what would you say to that person?
You know how I feel about sex anyway. It's overrated anyway. So I
You're the only person. Look,
I do
on the entire whole planet.
I know. That's just how I feel. You can't stop me how I feel about that, right?
Listen, I ain't trying to change your mind.
I appreciate that.
All I'm saying
I'm
is
just saying.
You are the only person in the whole wide world.
I feel like sex. I stick to that. I'm going to my grave with that.
I say you ain't with the right people, brother.
I'm sorry?
I said you ain't with the right one.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's exactly because if you
when
you with the right one, baby, listen.
What the producer over here dancing? Oh, the producer's back. What's she say? What's she say?
Oh, put that comment up. Put that comment up.
What Miss Jackson say?
Let's see what Miss. It's overrated for those that aren't doing it right.
Oh.
See, there's always one in the group. Hi, Miss Jackson.
Look, sorry, Miss Jackson.
Miss Jackson's in the building. But anyway, back to you, Mr. Wood.
Yeah. But I just think that, I think that it's a wonderful thing. I could not convince him to get it. And I saw, like, even online, people were saying, oh, that's not natural. I'm not doing it. They was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting a vasectomy. I could not convince him whatsoever. And like I said, even men that I know that I'm friends with, they were like, absolutely, like, no way, Jose. What would you say to those men?
I would try and tell them, if you want to take a chance, if you want to play Russian roulette as far as getting somebody pregnant, okay, and you want that responsibility, then that's on you. Okay, you got to protect yourself. So that means either you're going to be abstinent, you're going to get a vasectomy, or like you said, those are the only ones that are really, truly, what's the word I want to use? Reliable. Okay, like you say, condoms can break. Okay, the woman, the pill, she may not take the pill. She might want to get pregnant. She might say, hey, I'm on the pill, but, she doesn't take the pill. All right. Then that takes it out of the man's hands. Okay. So I always tell young men that I meet or, people who are interested that it's the best thing for you, okay? Because of the fact it doesn't hurt, okay? It's a simple procedure and everything works as normal. Nothing changes.
So,
Nothing changes as far as your performance. And that's what they seem to be afraid of, the performance and whether it hurts or not.
so let
And
me
I
ask you,
said it doesn't.
so do you get a certificate to say, like,
It was called a bill.
oh,
Okay.
Listen, definitely a way not to pay child support, right?
right.
Absolutely.
You ain't got to worry about child support. You got a vasectomy. And
There
then
you go.
worry about nobody trapping you or having
Right. That's what
unwanted
I'm talking about.
kids or
Gotcha.
any of that stuff. And if you know you've reached a certain threshold in your life where you don't want to have children anymore, this is something that allows you, there's no side. So if somebody is asking, are there any side effects?
Oh, yeah.
No, there were no side effects. I didn't experience any side effects. Let me put it that way. No. From the people I've known that have had a vasectomy, they were like me. I didn't, it was easy in and out and everything works as normal. So no, there was no side effects.
So are you in a group or something like that? You say the people that you talk to, is there a vasectomy group?
No, it's not a vasectomy group. It's just, friends, you talking, and then one day it comes up, the conversation comes up, and it's like, oh yeah, I had that done also. Okay.
That's a
So
lot of
yeah.
people out there on Facebook that are talking about vasectomies and different things like that. And I think that it's a good thing. Yeah, if you still want one more child, Delta Rose, put Delta Rose comment up for me. Delta Rose said, I want at least one more child. And that's cool. And I think that's great. I think that if you are a man who wants to have children, yeah, then you should have your children, but just know that when you're done, yes, when you're done leaving your legacy for yourself, then
It's too late
absolutely,
for me.
yes. What's too late?
Do my
No.
legacy.
Well, I'm just saying, you don't want to have children. If you didn't want to have children and you want to make sure that you don't have
But you
children,
know what? I've been thinking about that. I think I'm gonna do it. You know what?
you think you're gonna have one more kid? You're
You
gonna
know
have
what?
a baby?
I think I'm going through a midlife crisis.
Really?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that.
What? Having a kid?
Yeah, because you know what? After me, that's it. I'm the youngest of I'm the last Hardy.
Oh yeah,
After Hardy,
you
there won't be no
definitely should
more.
have you a kid.
I know. I was like, damn.
Are you sure you want to go that route?
I don't know, man. I've been thinking about that,
I
man.
want you to have a kid, Hardy.
Really?
I do.
What do you think
I
about
told you
Anthony?
that though.
You
It's
babysit because you retired now.
No. That's a negative. Okay.
out here traveling.
I'm
But
just saying.
I got two little girls that probably would help you out from time
I
to
mean,
time.
I'm the last Hardy of my generation.
I think that you should have a kid. I think you need to get busy.
Uh,
You're gonna have to find you somebody.
I know, right? Anyway.
Maybe a surrogate.
No, I want to do it. I want to act.
You hear this guy? I can't make this up. You hear this guy? You say, no, I want to do it.
Right.
I want to make a baby.
Nobody. Are you crazy? No, I'm gonna have the
Oh, my
fun.
gosh.
I want to. Yeah, we'll talk about that later after the show.
But since you said that, Julius,
What's up?
that was another reason, like I say, because once I got divorced, I was still in my 30s when I got divorced. So I knew from that point on that, like you say, I want to have fun. I want to enjoy myself without worrying about any accidents.
Oh,
So, like I said, I was good after that.
well, I'm 60 now, man. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I don't see if the thing about men, right, is you can choose to have children at any time.
That's true.
Mhm.
Anytime. So I am looking for Gary. Gary, I just sent you the number to call in because I want you to call in and share with us your thoughts because I think that it'd be great.
Make me 72.
That's a midlife if you make one at 72.
I know, right? Oh,
Well,
okay.
shoot. Who is that who just had a baby who at 80 something? Robert De Niro and Al Pacino or something. Both of them got little babies. I'm just saying.
Gary at?
Geriatric babies.
Did you want to stay on with us with Gary talk, or you?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're just gonna wait for Gary to call in. But I actually think that you should have a kid.
Huh? I know, but
I think it's
they'd be
so
like, "Is that your
okay.
grandfather?"
So I know
I go to
that
Chinese,
it's somebody in the chat.
I would go to conference school and kids conference and be like, "Is that your grandfather?"
They would. Hello. Welcome to Juicy Talk.
What's happening?
What's up,
All
Gary?
right. Can y'all hear him out there? You got to talk so they can hear you.
Yeah, say something.
Right.
I've been listening and I'm looking forward to weighing in.
All right, so
weigh
weigh in.
That's why we
I
called
got
you
the
to weigh
same
in.
questions for you. So, what made you get a vasectomy?
And how old were you, Gary, when you had one?
Okay, geez. So my son just turned 32 yesterday. I am 59. I had a vasectomy about 35 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Something of that nature. And I had one. I was married. I had a son and a daughter. And one of the reasons I decided to get a vasectomy, like I said, I was married, had a son and a daughter, and I, as a man, did not want multiple children by different women because I did not feel that would be fair to my children if they got miscellaneous brothers and sisters running around. So with that decision, I was dating a young lady, and she said, you know what, I would love to have your baby. And I listened to that, and I thought about it. And gentlemen, you understand this, that every woman that you date is not necessarily mother material nor marriage material.
Yes.
And it opened my eyes to be like, you know what? You might want to cut some of this right now. And that's what I did.
Okay. Hey, that's a very good point.
That is a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
That is what made you get a vasectomy. And how
Yes.
So for the people that are just tuning in and may not know who you are, can you kind of introduce yourself? What's your name and where you calling from?
Well, my name is Gary White. I'm from Cleveland. I've been friends with Julius for a long time, with Anthony for a long time. I worked in the city, about to retire.
Man, we asked you for a bio, bruh.
Yes. You might want to say something. You can't see me, but you know, it is what it is.
He's so crazy. Don't pay him no mind. Don't pay him no mind. Let him speak.
The size your underwear you wear next?
Midlife crisis. Don't you know midlife is 37?
No, let me just tell you about this guy here, man. Let me just tell you about Gary. This guy here, Gary is a really, really good dude. This is one of the guys I've called on many times and said, Jimmy on the spot. So this is a really good dude, man. I love him to death.
Thank you, sir.
So, and when I asked Gary, would he like to come on the show? No hesitation whatsoever. He said, Julius, I'll do it. And here we are today. He's telling us. So just tell us a little bit about your experience, how it went, and just kind of walk us through it.
So I was listening to you guys, so I pretty much can, piggyback on some of that stuff. Okay. So for one, the procedure was painless while it was happening. It was very interesting because men, they put you in a stirrup, they numb you with the anesthesia, and you're awake. And the funny thing about this, I want to scare you off, but they cut me, and it was kind of like my spidey senses. I didn't hear anything, and I didn't feel anything, but they cauterize you on the inside. I'm seeing smoke coming from my bottom, and I'm like, what the heck is that?
So you was awake when you did it? You was awake?
It's local.
Yeah, you're awake.
You're awake. You're awake.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You're awake. And
they was burning your balls?
Listen, they cut them, and they cut the side, and I see smoke, and I'm a little nervous. So I'm breathing real heavy. I'm like, whoo, whoo, whoo. And the doctor's like, Mr. White, don't breathe so heavy. You're going to pass out. And that's the main idea. He says, I don't want to see this. But he did that side. And I'm like, okay. And then I realized I have two, and he has to go do the other side.
Oh.
I was right. It was a procedure it only took like 20 minutes at the most. It's an in and out procedure. And I think it's really the way to go. And I'm going to say this to the men out there, especially because, Michelle, you actually mentioned that what the women go through to have their procedure. I think if you really love your woman, And if the choice between you having it and her having it, if you really love her, I think that you should have it, because anytime you put someone under for surgery, that's being very close to death. Okay. So I think if you really love her, that you would take one for the team and be like, you know what? I got this, baby, because I'm gonna be awake, and it's not as hard on the man as it is on the woman.
Oh, thank you for that. Look. Yes, Gary. Yes.
You know, so as far as there any side effects, I did have one side effect, but it wasn't a bad thing per se. Once you have a vasectomy, when you come, the extra sperm actually goes back into your tissue. So what happened with me was my hair grows a lot. So sometimes I have to shave twice a day. If I shave in the morning or shave in the evening when I'm leaving to go out in the town. So that was the one thing I did notice, that my hair grew a whole lot. So that's not a bad side effect. Anthony didn't have that side effect though.
He's not as hairy as you, huh? Apparently.
You are correct.
But it's a good thing to have. I mean, and someone said, no, I wouldn't do that. It's not natural. I mean, if you want to talk about natural, look at the ingredients in your food. You're eating all that, so you might as well do this and save yourself down the road. And Shell talked about the child support aspect. Oh my God, you think about all the money that you would end up paying for child support for a child that you don't get to see. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to you. So I think, like I said, I think it's a really positive thing to do. You know what I'm saying?
I like what you said about, if you really love a woman, you would not want her to go through what a woman has to go through to prevent herself from having children. I said that I feel like it's a very selfless act in order to get a vasectomy, to stop your woman from, like you said, being put to sleep. They're going in her abdomen area. There's all kind of things. They could nick a bowel. They could hit a major artery, and you could lose your loved one just that quick. When we're talking about a procedure that is done in a doctor's office, super easy. Now, the one thing that I did not know is that they put you guys in the stirrups, whatever.
Yeah, I was in a stirrup.
Yeah.
And I feel like all men should experience being in stirrups.
You was in one of those too, Anthony? You was in a stirrup?
You know, when Gary said that, I thought about it, and I think I was too.
Oh, wow. Just dangling?
What did you say, Gary?
I said they shave you to make sure that you're clean when they do the procedure. I shaved myself, but apparently that wasn't enough, so they shaved you some more. It's an experience. I mean, and I have to say this to some of the fellas out there probably thinking, I don't want nobody to shave me. I'm not gay. Getting vasectomy and being shaved is not gay. Okay. Letting the doctor get you from behind and not buying you dinner, that's gay. So.
Oh yeah, I forget to tell you, Gary's a part-time comedian too. Yeah, he's a good guy though.
That is hilarious, but you're right.
And a lot of men, they have a stigma like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. My sperm count's going to be low and I'm not going to get hard as I used to do. Let me tell you something. It was one of the best things I ever did. Okay. Wow. I still got hard as Chinese arithmetic. I didn't worry about when I'm coming or this, that, and the other thing. It was very good for me. It was very good for her to know that she was not going to get pregnant so she could let herself go as well. When you have two adults who understand, okay, we're not going to get pregnant, so we can play this game any way we want to play it.
Talk about it.
There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't have one and she's worried about getting pregnant, he's worried about having a baby and all this other stuff, so you're not getting your full enjoyment of what you can have. Once you know that this is not a worry, and once you know that you being sexually you catching something sexually, if you guys got the idea of I'm not gonna catch anything sexually and I'm not gonna have a baby, oh, you talk about a Friday night and some wine. Oh,
what's up, Tracy Howard?
You ain't never lied, okay? You ain't never lied, because it takes away the pressure. You get to really have as much fun as you want with your partner without the having to worry about having a baby, or 9 months later is going to be a problem. You really do. And I'm just saying, from a person who cannot have any more children, it's amazing.
So Gary, Gary, so let me ask you this. I'm asking for a friend, right?
Okay.
So is there an age for that, or is there age too old to have one of those?
Well, okay, before I answer that question, let me say this. I got a really good friend of mine, and he is in his, I'm gonna say, mid-50s at this point, and he has a set of twins. It's probably about 4, and he has another boy and girl that's probably about 8 or 9. So let me ask you this, and this is the second set of children. So let me ask you this. Do you think that you want to wait till you get 50 to decide to have a vasectomy? Because now the one thing that's the plus about that situation is he's setting up his caregivers for when he gets older. But
maybe.
But I think that as a man, once you make that decision that, okay, I've had children, I don't want any more children, and it is reversible, I think it's responsible for a man to say, you know what, I'm going to get this done. Okay. And honestly, I think if you're over 50, you should have been had it done. That's just my thought. I know somebody gonna come in the comments and say something crazy, but that's just my thought. I think if you're over 50, I mean, you think about it. By the time that kid graduates high school, and everybody's standing there telling, "Oh, your grandfather came to the ceremony." No, that's right? My dad. That's my dad. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's that. You looking like Benjamin Buttons all day long.
You know what? I feel like men can have kids their whole entire lives, right? But I do agree with you on the fact that, hey, having kids later in life. I remember this guy said to me that he was like, yeah, a man likes to be with a younger woman. I wouldn't want to date an older woman or a woman that couldn't have kids anymore because, she old. It ain't the same. I want me somebody young and vibrant. I said, I hear you. I said, but the truth of the matter is, at that time I had smaller kids. We were having this conversation. I said, the men that I see at Chuck E. Cheese that are older with their kids, they are so annoyed, so aggravated, so sad. So sad. Like, and here come your little hot wife. She comes in like, hi. And she wants to go have lunch with her friends. When she get off of work, she's staying at home with the kids. So when you get off of work after working all day, she wants you to take those kids because they've been with her, and she's going to want to go hang out with her friends and have her fun or go shopping or whatever it is. And at 50 and 56 years old, you do not want to be bothered with no little kids that's doing cartwheels, especially if this is your second set of kids. I don't care who you don't want to do it. You don't have the time, the energy, the mindset to be bothered with little kids flipping around saying, Daddy, look at me do a TikTok dance. You don't want that is annoying as hell. So you're supposed to be somewhere on a cruise or vacation.
That's older that not have kids?
If you don't have kids, then I think the experience of having a kid is a beautiful thing. If this is your first time having a child, absolutely. But if you already have children and you're starting over and you've done this before, you tired.
Let me tell you something. You're exactly right. I'm gonna tell you, for the fellas that are maybe sitting on the fence, like I'm a little older and maybe I want a child, I'm gonna tell you what, go get you a puppy and keep that for like 6 months and find out how you feel. Because you gotta take that's a responsibility. Children are 100% more responsible. It's something you gotta do.
More expensive too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. So you think about it, because if somebody said to me, well, let's have a baby. Well, actually, what lady did ask me years ago, she said, let's have a baby. And she said, please. And I said, I thought about it. I told her, no, that's not going to work. Okay, because I was older and it was just not going to happen. But like I say, my lifestyle and how I was raised is totally different. Like I said, I don't have any outside children. I got my 2. I have my stepkids from her that she had prior. I love them to death as well. But like I said, I just didn't want myself spread all over the place with a bunch of different children and they all coming together and, baby mama stuff and all of those stuff. And I wanted my pocket to be in my pocket,
Right.
not everybody else's pocket.
Listen, it completely makes sense, but it also shows that you took responsibility for yourself and you decided what you wanted to do with your life and your body, and you took control of your reproductive rights. And that's what this show is all about. Like, I really wanted the men to know that you can have control over your reproductive rights. You do not have to rely and put it all on a woman. Well, she wanted a baby and I didn't, because you have options as well. And it's an option that we don't talk about enough.
Like, you know what? Now that you said that, and you just made me think about something. You talk about you have options, and that's exactly right. You could actually freeze yourself, your sperm, get the vasectomy, and if you find somebody that you really want to have a child with, then you can just go get yourself undone. I believe that's a possibility, isn't it?
It is. You can definitely do that. And I'm probably sure that they could probably still extract sperm from, because it's not like if they can repair it, then they can extract it and you can still have kids.
Yeah. So, like I said, it's very responsible. It's a good thing to do.
Yeah. Say that again, Gary.
It's a very responsible thing to do. Just to go out here, because I've seen people who have got like 3 or 4 or 5 sets of children, and I've asked them, I said, do you think that's fair to them? Okay. You think about that for a second, and you think about the psychological impact on them children growing up. They got multiple brothers and sisters. They've got multiple aunties and cousins and all this other stuff. There's no real sense of community and family because they got half blood all over the place. And heavens forbid that your dad was out there half blooding and you meet a female that you don't even know is your cousin or something. And next thing you know, you go to the family reunion and it ain't a good look.
Thanks. So someone asked a question. They want to know, and I'm asking both you guys, if you're married, does your wife have to sign off on your vasectomy?
I was not married, but I believe that is a no.
Okay. I know at one point back in the day, your wife, like if a woman wanted to get her tubes tied, her husband had to sign off on it.
I think, if memory serves me correct, because like you said, that was a long time for me. I think my wife had to sign off on it also.
Wait 1 minute. Gary, y'all both talking at the same time. Go ahead. What were you saying, Anthony?
I said, if memory serves me correct, I think my wife, because I was married at the time, this is a decision we both made. I think she did have to sign off on it at the time.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if it's still that way now, but I think at that time when I had it done, I think she did have to sign off because I was married.
Go ahead. What were you saying, Gary?
Okay, well, that also comes with women's rights just now being granted. Up until 1972, in the 70s, a woman couldn't have a credit card without her husband signing. So women have come a long way and still have a long way to go. So, So men did have to sign. And with that being said, where everybody's being taken aback back now, going back to the 50s where rights are being lost. So you need to look at, where you are in society right now. So if you're thinking about a vasectomy while you can, and you really love that woman, I think that it's something you should think about and do maybe.
Yeah, because we never know, like with the way the current climate is around,
reproductive rights and everything else.
Rights. You could potentially wake up tomorrow and vasectomies is outlawed, and that would be horrific.
It's the vasectomies, the morning after is outlawed.
Birth control
and all of that nature. And I'll say this just like that. And with that being said, everyone that's listening, if you are out here and you are enjoying someone's company, make sure that's someone that you would be with tomorrow, the next day, or the next day. Because if you just hit it and quit and find out that you're going to have a connection with this person forever, that might not be too well for both of you guys and the child.
I agree.
Good point, Gary.
True. Clock it. Yes. Thank you so much for calling in, Gary. We greatly appreciate you. This is like a really interesting conversation.
Really
and
is.
The thing is, I really think that, I hope anyway, that a lot of men that are watching will look at this and decide not to, necessary, because it's a personal choice whether you get a vasectomy or not, but just that
Right.
you have an option. Because I
Yes.
think that we have this, when I'm on Facebook and or Instagram and I'm looking at different, Twitter or all of those social media outlets, when I'm on there, I see so many men complain about women and having children by women, and I ain't want no baby with her, and just all these different things that come about when it comes to women. And it's like this whole thing with Cardi B being pregnant, and all of this, but that's her choice, right? She made her choice.
Right.
But I just want men to know that you have a choice as well. You don't
Yes.
have to be a father if you don't want to be a father. You could take control of your own life, just like a woman doesn't have to be a mother if she doesn't want to be a mother. So you definitely have the right to take control. And I think that a lot of people in our community, African American community, forget about the fact that vasectomies is an option. Why do you think that it is still so taboo for men to get vasectomies in today's world? Because it's something that's been around for a very long time. So why do you think it's still such a taboo subject, and it's not even really a option for a lot of men? Why do you think that is?
I think because, and this was in our society, Black men feel that everything is, oh, that's gay. If there's another man between their legs doing a procedure, they feel that's gay. That's just like a lot of Black men are dying from prostate cancer because I'm not letting somebody, do that to me.
Right.
And the reality of it is, that does not make you gay. That makes you alive and makes you smart.
It's a procedure.
It's a procedure.
It's a procedure that's necessary.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. It's a lot of men who don't go get their prostate checked. Go get your prostate checked, please.
And I think
If you love that woman and you love your family and you love your children, go get your prostate.
and part of it's probably a lot of his this.
Oh, Anthony, I want Anthony to have an opportunity to answer as well.
I think, like I say, the men I've talked to about it were more afraid of, pain or their performance afterwards. They feel like, okay, if I have it done, am I going to be able to perform like I did before I had it done? That sort of thing. That has been the two things that whenever I talk to someone about opposition to it, those are the two things they always brought up.
Now, before I'm gonna ask this both of you guys. Did you guys meet with someone and I have like a connotation before the procedure, or just kind of like how long after you talked to your doctors did you have the procedure?
Mine was probably within a week or so they could fit me in.
Okay.
I don't remember. I know it wasn't that long. Okay, maybe like Gary said, maybe a week or so for him. It probably was like 2 or 3 weeks for me. But like I say, that was a long time ago.
Now, is there a particular special doctor that performs this procedure, or any?
A urologist. You want to go see a urologist?
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. So everybody have it now. Now, if you want to go get it done,
Right. And with my insurance, I heard Anthony talking. My insurance at the time was very good insurance. It cost me $10.
Oh.
Wow.
It cost me $10.
For $10.
You talk about a $10 holler?
For real, that's a real $10 holler.
That's better than that's cheaper than a Happy Meal.
It's cheaper than a whole box of condoms.
Now that's the truth too, ain't it?
Gary always
and a whole bunch of years of babies.
Gary's got to be one of the wittiest guys I know.
I like that. So I want to share one more clip. I want to share a clip of a man who's actually having the procedure.
Well, I gotta go to bed, guys.
Thank you so much,
Hey,
Gary.
Thanks again, man.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right, Gary.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was good. So I want to share this clip. This is a man. Chastity said, "You too can stop making babies for $10."
Wow.
Yes, thank you so much, Gary. Thank you. And if you didn't see, if you have not already, please if you like this podcast, if you like the conversation, if you like what you're hearing, please go like our
What's
comments.
Moquette
It
saying?
helps our algorithm. So thank you. Be fruitful and multiply, especially if you want children with your spouse or significant other. I absolutely agree. Be fruitful and multiply until you're tired of multiplying. And then guess what? Get a vasectomy.
Right.
And don't put your girl through all of that. I love what he said about if you truly love your woman, you would not want her to be put to sleep. You would want her to be able to, you would take one for the team. That was so dope.
That's how
Yes.
Gary is.
Yes.
I know, right?
But yes, we're gonna play this other.
We'll add that to bloopers. We'll put all the bloopers together.
Yeah, we play this clip because I think this guy, he was given. So I'm gonna set it up. It's this man. He's taking us through his day of having a vasectomy. It's the third clip. I think it's a really, really good one.
I'm headed to get my vasectomy. Time to have a ribbon cutting ceremony here this morning. 3 kids, 3 beautiful kids. It's time. There's nothing else to discuss. They were trying to have a consultation, but sir, ma'am, listen, shh. Let's do this.
So yeah, I'm about to get the old snipperooskies.
So we separate the men from the boys. Literally.
Okay, I'm gonna have you put your legs up over these guys. What would you like to listen to while we do this?
Let's listen to Masego.
Alexa, play Masego. This is the numbing gun.
Right.
1, 2, 3. That's how it works. It squirts lidocaine. I'm gonna squirt you with it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. You okay?
Yeah.
That was the worst thing I'm gonna do to you the entire day. The numbing is instantaneous. So in this gun is a mixture of lidocaine and bupivacaine. The lidocaine is instantaneous numbing, and the bupivacaine is long-lasting numbing.
Yeah.
So you'll be numb for like 2.5 hours. 1, 2, 3. You go. So I'm gonna be on Instagram now.
So the process is about to start now.
Let's get started.
All right, let's go.
Let's test you for numbness. I'm gonna touch you with a blunt instrument in a place where I know you are not numb, just so you can feel what it feels like when I touch you. Do you feel that?
Yep.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna touch you in a place where I think you are numb. Do you feel that?
No.
Good. You're gonna feel pressure. Okay, ready to get started?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I already made my whole. I made it just now while I was talking to you. I'm gonna give you some extra numbing now, just in case. You're not gonna feel this, but if you do, hold still. You feel that?
No.
Good. Percent. Nothing, right? No pain at all. I ask about 1,000 times because I care.
If there's anything to care about, Doc, you know?
That's your left one. All right.
Left side's done. Let's stitch it back up.
I do the stitches instead of the clipping. These dissolving stitches. I think it's better.
The painless process. I'm already done. I'm out here. I got all my stuff I need. It was easy. Real talk. Dr. Chapman, thanks again, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a
Good
good
to see
one.
you.
All right.
I'll see you in a week.
Yes, sir. I'm walking out now. No issues. I get this prescription. Then I just put ice for the next. Whoa, shit. I almost fell. Nobody saw that? All right, good. Got to wear a jock strap for a week. So yeah, the whole procedure took maybe 20 minutes. He did an excellent job of going over all the pros and cons. And I went with all the pros and got it done.
That was good.
Yes.
Did that sound? Did that
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you. The procedure was.
Woohoo for vasectomies. How many guys are gonna go out and get one? I'll help you set your appointment. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm asking.
That was awesome. That was so awesome. Wasn't that a great clip?
Yeah,
of him just taking you through the whole procedure? How quick that little piece of it looked like a little like a noodle. A little piece of a
Look at the little baby.
a little spaghetti noodle. Little piece of a spaghetti noodle. Like when you chop it up for the little baby. You know, they come in like a baby jar. So great.
So that's pretty much what he said, Anthony?
Yes, exactly.
That's it.
So
That's
you know,
it.
Anthony, you know you're gonna be famous now, right?
Am I?
You're gonna be famous now. People gonna be calling you off the woodwork.
They're like, tell me about
Hey,
vasectomy.
I'll tell them too. Like I say, it's a good thing. No regrets whatsoever.
Yeah, I think it's an awesome thing. I think so. What did we take away from today? What's your takeaway?
I take it's like it's an easy procedure. You know, like wow, it's just like wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And as long as I can still get it, you know what I'm saying?
It don't affect
You
none
know
of
what I'm
that.
saying? I'm good.
You making the camera shake crazy.
I
He
make the
making
table
the
shake.
camera
My
so
bad,
crazy.
my
So
bad.
crazy.
You asked me, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
I
teasing.
just tease what you
So
do.
go ahead.
That was it.
That
No,
was it.
I was just concerned, make sure I could get it still, you know, rock hard. Excuse the French. But I don't like the idea of being on a gurney though, just having my shit just dangling though. I
You
don't
mean
like that
up
part.
in the stirrup?
Yeah,
I
don't
feel like
that.
I feel like every man should experience
I would
being
feel
in stirrups.
violated, I guess.
Do you
if
know
my
what
shit
women
just
have to
dangling.
go through? We have to go and get in stirrups.
Yeah, I'm made for that
Oh.
though. Uh-oh. We go to a commercial. I mean,
Yeah, explain, Hardy.
I mean, like, because with the girdle, like women are made for that's we gotta have babies and stuff, right? Y'all go more often than we do. Anthony, can you say something?
You better bail while you can. Bail while you can, okay?
Yeah, he hard headed. He don't know no better. He
Right?
He don't know better. He just set himself up.
I know, my bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but yeah, alrighty then.
Hardy.
My bad. Hey, Kimberly Miller.
Yes, I just, my takeaway from this whole thing is, they're not castrating you when you get a vasectomy. You are able to perform as you would. Your swimmers stay asleep while you enjoy the fruits of the labor.
I like that.
Swimmers sleep, enjoyment, which is a beautiful thing. It's less risky for women. And if you really love your woman and you are really a protector of your woman, you would give her the gift of a vasectomy.
It's definitely a gift that keep on giving, that's for sure.
It's the gift that keeps on giving with no takebacks.
Right.
Okay. And no regrets. Because I think, like, I know a lot of women who have had different procedures. Like, so there's a lot of different procedures for women, right? So you could get your tubes tied, you could take birth control. There's also this procedure, I think they might have outlawed it. I'm not even sure, but it was called where they put these coils in your fallopian tubes and then scar tissue builds around it. It's almost like a version of a vasectomy for a woman, but it still comes with their risk. Yeah, the burnt, that's tubal ligation. So, there's some different options. You can get a hysterectomy, which is a major surgery. So there's a lot of different things that can happen where a woman would not be able to have children, but all of them come with the risk of death. And one of the things that I noticed with men having a vasectomy is there is no risk of death, because even with the coils that they put in a woman's fallopian tubes, I think it's called E-Sure or something like that. Even with that procedure, if the coil comes out, you can get an ectopic pregnancy where that can kill you if you get pregnant in your fallopian tubes or something like that. So these are the different things that can happen to a woman. So with all that being said, to find out that it's such an easy, painless,
inexpensive
$10 holla if you have insurance procedure, I mean, it just seems to me, yeah, somebody just said that E-Sure, they banned it. Thank God I didn't have problems. Yeah, we go through it. And not to mention, if you do get pregnant and a condom break or something like that, or your birth control fails you or whatever reason, and you're not in the position to have children, um, what a woman would have to go through to terminate the emotional part of an abortion, or the hurt, the pain, or the guilt that she could very well feel from doing that can all be avoided, with a very simple noodle removal.
Noodle removal.
Noodle
Noodle
removal.
I like that. You just made that up.
I did.
I know, right?
So something so
See, I gotta go
simple.
through Anthony every week.
I see.
Something noodle removal. Something so very simple that could be so very beneficial. So that was like the huge takeaway for me. That it's so, it is it's a selfless act of love for the woman that you care about in your life. And because a woman can die from terminating a pregnancy too. And like Gary said, we live in a society that tomorrow you can wake up and it's banned completely here in the United States. It's great for the environment. I
Who's Lulu?
agree,
Is that a new
Lulu.
person? Lulu, a new person?
Lulu, thank you for watching the show. We appreciate you. I
Yeah.
think I'm not used to seeing Lulu, so thank you for watching. Yeah, so that is my takeaway. Producer, do you have any takeaways?
You sure?
You know somebody you want to have a vasectomy?
The
You know
noodle
somebody?
loose. What you say again?
Noodle removal.
Yeah. Anybody want to have a noodle release?
You can't, a noodle
I
removal.
can't say it.
You can't say it.
I'm scientists bothering me
Yes.
today.
So definitely a thing. So I appreciate you, Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you for coming on. No unwanted children. As Lulu said, I agree. We want babies to come into a world where they're received and happy and loved, and their parents are prepared.
Make sure you subscribe, Lulu.
Yes. And please, if you are watching, I think so too. If you can please,
That's your mama?
if you can
Oh, hey,
please
Miss Lulu.
go on and like. Please
and
like
share.
and subscribe
And
to
share.
YouTube. Go on, hit little likes, like the video. We appreciate you. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you,
Anthony.
Gary, for coming on. I know he in the bed right now.
Yeah, he
But
gotta
thank
go.
you, Anthony, for coming on
retired.
and sticking with us the whole time. And I know you retired, so you ain't got to get up early.
Right?
You can chill and roll over while we all getting ready for work in the morning.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
so much,
thank you
Anthony.
for coming
Appreciate
on.
you. Thank you
Truly
so much.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
And
so
don't
much.
be a stranger to the show.
Okay, I won't.
Because we got some more men topics. Some topics that we got coming up that'll be very beneficial for men.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, Anthony.
Peace. Thank you.
Oh, man. That was man. I don't know what to say about this show. This was really, really good.
It was very informative.
Yeah.
I feel like I learned a lot.
Me too.
And I feel like more men need to experience being up in stirrups.
You look nice.
Thank you.
Look rested.
I am.
I know, right?
I had an amazing
I
trip.
know, right?
It was everything. Thank you. Yes. So, next week's show.
Oh, next week's show.
What we talking about next week?
I don't know.
Do I got to tell you? Let's see.
Let's see. Next
So,
week.
one of the things I said is I'm going to share each show. So, yes, next week we're having a show, and it's going to be on October 3rd, which I'm really excited about. And this is about us ladies.
What about the ladies? What about the ladies?
Next week's show is going to be about the ladies, right? And so we're going to inform you men about what we go through as women, and we're going to talk about perimenopause and menopause. So if you have a woman that you know, or a friend that you know is in her 40s, 50s, please let her know to follow Juicy Talk on YouTube and set up for the notifications so they can watch this very powerful show. I am going to talk about my experience with perimenopause. I'm also going to have on Chastity Wells.
Yes,
and she's going to be our guest next week, and she's going to talk about her experience with perimenopause. Thank you. That is. Thank you. I appreciate that so greatly. I'm sure it's the sun.
Thank
it
you.
helps me.
Pop
The
my collar,
sun,
pop my
the
collar,
sun
pop my
makes
collar.
me so happy. I know that I was meant to be in a warm climate, but I digress. So, perimenopause, we're going to be Chastity Wells. Yes, and all the Generation X women, post that comment for me. Yes, and all of the Gen X women, you need to watch this show next week because we are going to do a deep dive, a very authentic, a very truthful and candid conversation about perimenopause and the things that we don't even realize is perimenopause.
Nice. Okay.
So it's going to be really good. And if you know somebody that's in their 30s and one day they will be going through menopause,
you call
this
it
is something that
perimenopause.
This is something that they need to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
It's before.
P-E-R-R-Y?
P-E-R-I.
Oh, okay.
Perimenopause.
Okay.
It's not menopause. It's before.
Oh.
It's the beginning stages of menopause. And it
I wouldn't know
comes
about
with,
that. So
you wouldn't, but you're going to learn because it's something that men should know about.
Okay.
I'm serious. So you can support the woman in your life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Perimenopause. Yeah.
Yes. You're looking great too, Hardy.
I saw that. I said thank you.
So, thank you for tuning in tonight. This was a great show.
Welcome back, producer. Good to see you back in the driver's seat.
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Kim. Yes, definitely go on. I only see 2 hearts up. I hope y'all been liking it on YouTube, and I hope you've been liking it on Facebook. I'm definitely excited about next week's show and share it with a friend.
Yeah.
So I usually post about the live shows, and then you could go on YouTube and you could share the link on Tuesday. But definitely let the women in your life know about this show because it's going to be very important. Absolutely. Thank you. People don't know how important the thumbs up are, right? Because the thumbs up is important because YouTube will put my show out there in the universe.
Our show.
Thank you for correcting me. You're absolutely our show. Our collective.
Ours.
Who gonna check me, boo? So, yes. Hello, producer.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, that's her mom?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So definitely.
It's a family affair. I keep telling everyone
it's a family affair. So definitely, I definitely want. It's the only way that YouTube knows that y'all show is liked. So they put it out there. It lets people know that, hey, pay attention to this show, and it gets the message out there. We want to broaden our horizons. We want to get this information out to more people. So share, like, subscribe, and we definitely appreciate
right now.
You guys.
Right now, I dare anybody. To give us their.
It's more people in the chat than it is that have liked it. So I want you guys to go in there and give us a thumbs up
right now. Right, I dare anybody to give
right
us a
now.
Right now, give
right
us a
now.
up.
Yes. So thank you. I appreciate it. And perimenopause. Thank everyone. I thank you, Hardy.
I thank you too.
I appreciate you for being here.
I thank you.
And this is an amazing show. We got so much in store for you this year.
Yeah, so much. People don't understand the behind the scenes of the show.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot. We have full-time job. You have family members, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. A lot of research, finding people. It's a lot.
Setting up all of these cameras and lighting.
Oh,
it's a lot. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Miss Jackson.
Thank you, Miss Jackson. Woo! You got the comment of the day.
I know, right?
That's okay, Kim. We appreciate your support, and Kim always support us, so we
Yes.
definitely appreciate you.
We love you too,
guys.
Kim.
Love you, baby. Mwah, sister. So yes, definitely perimenopause next week, October 3rd.
Be there.
Love y'all. Be there.
Peace.
And definitely dealing with Mr. Hardy is a lot of work.
I know, right?
It's a lot of work.
She always got to have the last word, guys. You know, always got her last word. But I love her to death, like 4 flat tires.
Peace. Thank you, Frida. Love ya.